What now?
Podcast.
Welcome back once again. It's the What Now podcast, and that was very Joe Rogan, wasn't it? That was very
Yeah.
professional sounding, and I ruined it when I explained that fact. I'm not
That's
done.
you.
There's more intro to go, and
That's you.
I haven't finished saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know my name yet, which is Nathan, by the way. Hi, I'm your host, and Ty's over there, and he's my friend, and I said every word in that sentence out of order. Today we're going to be talking about the 50 most successful films at the UK box office, and once again, all those words out of... I'm not doing well. Ty, take over.
What Nathan is trying to say is we're doing let's call it 2019 retrospective, and we're going to run you through the top 50 box office hits.
Box office hits, yeah.
Box office hits. We will not. I don't think we're going to say how much they made, but
Because numbers are big and it's confusing,
Yeah.
and we did no research.
That's true.
well-
Because we don't. Why did we don't research?
We don't research. What we've done is we've opened the Box Office Mojo page, and we're going to read off it now.
Yes.
I was going to say live, technically not live. I'll cut some of this out probably.
If we've
Maybe
s-
most of this intro.
If we've seen the movie, we'll tell you if we think it's good. If we've not seen it,
If there's what was that? If there's a film where you're like, I kind of want to hear your opinion a bit more, I will have my personal retrospective up on my
Yes.
YouTube channel, hopefully fairly soon. I'm going through a bit of a set change as well, and then I realised the set will change halfway through that video, so
What?
that's going to look weird.
oh wow, what are you changing it?
As it's going to be more in the background, posters and stuff, and
Oh
hopefully some figures. I don't know, make it look pretty.
right.
Because I don't.
Especially when you're flailing the arms with it like
I
this.
don't. Yeah, I'm doing it on podcast. We've done for 2 minutes. This is a long intro. We've got movies to talk about, starting with the 50th most successful film of 2019 in the UK, which was Fight.
Fighting with my family.
Ooh, I didn't think I was going to be on the list.
I saw it.
It's
I
good.
saw it was on the list. I think the mic blocked you.
Oh. Oh yeah,
I've not seen it.
I love this movie. Actually,
It's
this movie is really good. If you don't know, this is the film where Florence Pugh, who has the best name in show business because her name is Pugh, she plays wrestler Paige in the true story of how Paige joins the WWE.
Yeah,
The
Rock's in it.
The Rock's in it as himself. It's directed and written by Stephen Merchant. Did I say his name? Am I saying it right? Co-creator of The Office. And it's really funny
Yeah.
and heartwarming, and it's a sport movie, but it's my favorite kind of sports movie because you don't need to know who anyone is or what's happening,
Yeah, that's true.
because it's more about family and
You know
stuff.
Nathan, he doesn't do sports.
No,
No,
I like Space Jam, and this movie fit my family.
this movie.
Speaking of sports movies, I didn't see Ford v Ferrari, and that's at 49.
That's not a sports movie.
It's about cars.
It's like,
It's a sport.
bruh. So Ford v Ferrari,
Isn't
if
it?
I believe right, it's Christian Bale and
Matt
Matt
Damon.
Damon. Yes, Matt Damon. Now, Matt Damon plays a guy called Henry Shelby, I believe it is. I think it's Henry Shelby. Who teams what? No, it's Henry Ford. It's Henry Ford. A guy called Shelby, who, if you know cars, Shelby's quite a famous brand.
I know the Pixar movie Cars.
Who teamed up with Henry Ford to create one of the best racing cars.
I think that's a sport.
Now, yeah, I believe it was NASCAR right at the start, and Ferrari was killing it because Ferrari, as you know, makes very fast cars. Ford were there. Ford had like the Cosworth and stuff like that. Not at the time this movie was shot. I believe it's shot in the 60s, if I'm right. So Shelby and Ford, not seen the movie, I just know a little bit about it. They team up to create the greatest racing car of all time. Whether they succeed or not, I don't know.
From what I've heard, this looks like a really good movie. Obviously, both actors are great. Directed by James Mangold, who did Walk the Line, Logan, Girl Interrupted.
Logan.
Incredible filmmaker. And if I see it in time, I'll talk about it in my other retrospective, but I don't think I'm going to get around to it. And speaking of film, I probably will never watch because I'm so done with the Conjuring franchise. Apparently, Annabelle Comes Home made money.
This made more money than Fighting with
Fighting with My Family, one of my favourite films of the year.
Like
Yay!
a million more.
Yeah, I haven't.
No.
I don't think I've seen a Conjuring film since Conjuring
Conjuring.
2. I liked Conjuring 2, but I just didn't care about the Nun or Annabelle sequels or anything. I
I
also
gave up after Paranormal Activity.
I also don't before they even made Conjuring. I also don't care about Men in Black anymore, so I didn't see that.
I've got it on DVD. I've not seen it yet. I like. It looks interesting. I like the.
Kumail Nanjiani's certainly in it.
I like the duo that is Chris Hemsworth and Tessa
Yeah,
Thompson. I like that duo.
There was a part where like I'll see that because I like them, and then I went, oh, I reckon I've got the Thor Ragnarok DVD.
So I watched that, or I watched Endgame.
I'm also very surprised Dora and the Lost City of Gold made enough money to be at 46.
That's because
Kids.
who? I don't know about kids. Like, who watched Dora?
I hope kids.
I hope kids.
I'm hoping kids
Frozen 2?
will be up there somewhere.
Frozen 2?
What about it? I didn't see
Kids?
Kids,
I
yeah.
thought you would see it.
No, I was gonna, but then I was like, that'll look really creepy if I'm sitting by myself in
So
like
who
a
goes to see
in
it?
like a
Kids.
Shining t-shirt.
Kids.
You know?
Oh my god,
I think people would like that. I did see Bohemian Rhapsody,
not.
which
My mum
amazes
says
me.
it's great.
Bohemian Rhapsody came out halfway through 2018 and made enough money in 2019 to be the 45th most successful film.
Ooh.
This movie can just get lost. Make it leave, please.
What?
It's
Bohemian Rhapsody?
directed by a terrible person.
You don't like Bohemian Rhapsody?
Do not like Bohemian Rhapsody. It butchers Freddie Mercury's legacy.
Mum says
And Rocket Man came out this year. It's better in every way. Watch Rocket Man.
It's so weird. My mum likes Bohemian Rhapsody. She doesn't like Rocket Man.
Well, your mum's wrong. I'm sorry, Yvette.
Oh, wow.
I love you, Yvette. But you're wrong about your musician biopics. Have you seen Godzilla?
I have seen Godzilla. I like that movie. I like Godzilla.
I like Godzilla 2014, and I loved Kong Skull Island, so I'm presuming this one's probably alright.
Oh, you've not seen it?
I haven't seen this one yet,
This
no.
is good. So you get introduced to more of the Mutos.
Yes.
They're not Mutos though, because they've actually identified them, kind of. There's Rodan,
Mm-hmm.
the fire demon. Yeah, it comes out of
I know.
a volcano.
I know bits and pieces of the Godzilla lore, because I have seen quite a few of the Japanese
Then there's
films.
Mothra.
Mothra, who is... I love Mothra.
And then King Ghidorah.
Of course, yes.
And
Big selling part of this.
spoilers, sorry if you've not seen Godzilla. Godzilla actually gets imbued with some of Mothra's power.
Hmm.
Sick.
That doesn't go.
In his fight against King Ghidorah.
I think this list kind of fascinates me a bit because we were talking earlier, Fighting with My Family being at 50, that's a surprise. That's more money than I would expect it to make.
Yes.
Godzilla King of Monsters being at 44, that's a failure.
That is
This
really
movie
good.
did not make
That
enough.
yeah, it falls off the back of 2014. It actually literally says 5 years later.
Yeah.
So they set it in 2019. Good movie. And if you like the 2014, my wife hates it. Ashley hates the new one. She
Okay.
likes the original with Matthew Broderick.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, she likes that one.
You should see, have you seen Shin Godzilla?
No.
I think from like 2015.
Yes.
It's
With
the
Aaron Taylor Johnson?
no, the actual Japanese one.
Oh no, not.
They basically, because they noticed America were doing another Godzilla, they went, nah, we're gonna do a better one, and they did.
Oh, wow.
It's really good. It's mainly about like all the political red tape that would go into stopping
Oh,
Godzilla.
right, yeah.
It's incredible.
Are we
'cause-
going to talk about 43?
What is 43? I didn't see a Shaun the Sheep movie for Armageddon.
I've never seen Shaun the Sheep.
I love, in terms of like a dumb comedy, I love the first Shaun the Sheep movie.
Yeah.
Genuinely, some of the best like sight gags I've seen in a while. I didn't see the second one. Once again, proving how little money Godzilla made.
One of my
Cons-
one of my old friends actually got nicknamed Shaun the Sheep. Because he had like a kind of an afro and his name was Shaun.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we probably skip that. I mean, again, it's probably alright.
I don't want to.
Here's a film I didn't see because it looked really boring.
Because it is.
And even I'm a big fan of this franchise. It's X-Men Dark Phoenix is at 42,
Oh.
and we're just gonna skip over it because no one cares.
Can we skip over 41?
Speaking of movies no one cared about and no one saw
Wait, I've never seen
and
that.
no one likes,
I want to see that.
which one?
41.
41 Terminator Dark Fate.
I want to see it.
Because
It negates everything after Terminator 2 and I love it.
Yeah, but then it's just another bland sequel to Terminator 2.
How do you know?
No, but I'm just done with Terminator. If I'm honest.
I was done.
I love Terminator
Advanced
2.
Machines.
I do love Terminator 2. Watch that.
Eddie Furlong's back. That's what I love.
Do you know what I love? I was gonna say that and then look at that film and go, I bet I've seen it. I've not seen Hustlers yet, but Hustlers looks good. That is the one where the strippers steal all the money.
Isn't that Rebel Wilson?
No, it's J-Lo. You got J-Lo, you got Cardi B, Lizzo, Constance Wu, I believe her name is, from Crazy Rich Asians, which was a good film
This is
from a
not
couple years
what I'm
back.
thinking about. It's
Pitch Perfect.
no, it is Rebel Wilson though. She
Cat. Sorry, Cats. Choosing Cats.
No, it's not Cats.
I'm excited for that.
No, yeah, totally. No, you're not. Oh, you want to see the other remake, the one they made before they fixed it.
I want to see the bad version of Cat. We'll get to that
Before-
soon, actually.
Angel Has Fallen.
Angel Has Fallen
Never-
is
I've not seen
the
it.
that's the
Third.
sequel to third part. Sorry, to
There's
I wanted to call it White House Down. It's not. It's the other one. It's Olympus
Olympus.
Has Fallen
London.
and London Has Fallen.
No, it's London Has Fallen, Olympus
Olympus
Has
Has
Fallen,
Fallen.
and then Angel Has Fallen. You see a little pattern there?
And then the box office has fallen. Because no one cares about Jared Butler movies anymore.
No, after Law Abiding Citizen, I think you can ask
Just,
caring
no
about.
one cares about his
Right,
movies.
so what came after? Did Gamer come after Law Abiding Citizen?
I don't remember. I don't like any. I like barely anything that man is in. I don't think he's a bad actor by any stretch of the imagination. He's in bad movies.
300.
I like The 100 a lot.
I don't know. That would...
I don't know what Fisherman's Friend is,
No idea.
but that's at 38. So good job, the people that made that movie.
Good job, Fisherman Friend.
Okay, now let's talk about Cats. Cats at 37. Somehow I haven't seen Cats, but I was gonna see it, and then they said we're gonna fix it and put it back in cinemas, like the Sonic movie. And now, like with Sonic, I would have saw Sonic. I'm not gonna now because now it's just gonna be a bad movie akin to most bad movies. Whilst before it would have been the funniest thing. You know, now it just looks like Hop, and Cats just looks like a bad Cats. I mean, I don't like Cats. I don't like to play Cats. Why would I watch this? But if it still had Judi Dench's human hands with her wedding ring on
Nice.
and unfinished CGI on Idris Elba's face, then I would have watched it because that would have been hilarious. Yeah, that's the amazing thing about how they thought this movie would work. Another film from 2018 that made just enough film, not enough film. It had a lot of film in it that made enough money to make it on the list in 2019 is Aquaman.
I like Aquaman.
I like Aquaman a lot, but probably not for the reasons they wanted me to like Aquaman for.
Yeah, and this is coming off the back of I gave up with the DC universe. After Batman vs Superman, I gave up.
You know that quote from Godfather 3?
Do you bleed?
You know Godfather 3 when it's like, every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Yeah. I after Batman Superman, I said I'm never watching one of these movies again, and I've seen all of them in cinemas. I've seen all of them in cinemas since. I saw Suicide Squad, I saw Wonder Woman, I saw Aquaman, and I saw Shazam.
Just still not seen Justice League because I can't bear past
Garbage.
10 minutes.
Awful film.
I know Shazam. I liked.
Yeah,
I liked Shazam.
that was it. Then I saw Wonder Woman, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I guess I'll see what they do next. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna skip Shazam. Did. Then my dad took me, and I was like, okay, I love Shazam.
Let's be honest, I don't like Chris Pine as an actor.
Really? I think he's good as Steve Trevor though, because he's got that kind of nothing Steve Trevor-ness about him.
It's just...
And I'm excited for Wonder Woman 84, and I'm excited for Birds of Prey, and I'm excited for Suicide Squad 2. I don't know how they've done this.
Looks good.
It's really good.
Suicide Squad 2, I'm covering my mouth a lot. Suicide Squad 2, I'll go and see. Just for the simple reason of just to see I've seen it.
There's also the James Gunn thing though. I feel like he is the right
exactly,
choice.
James Gunn,
And there's no way a studio could tell James Gunn to not do a thing, given that he's already... Because he could just stop and start Guardians 3 early.
He could, yeah.
You know,
he could.
he's already had the creative freedom to do whatever he wants.
Casino Royale re-release.
Oh yeah, apparently they also re-released Casino Royale.
Royale.
It's a good movie, but it doesn't really count what we're talking about. Judy! What you got against Casino Royale?
Daniel Craig!
But he fits that Bond. It's not the Sean Connery Bond.
And it's not the Pierce Brosnan Bond.
It's good.
Even Pierce Brosnan Bond.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be. It's a new... It's Bond if Bond was Jason Bourne.
And also Roger Moore.
Casino Royale
Jason Bourne is Jason Bourne.
Yeah, Casino Royale is Jason Bourne by knows who he is. That's what it is.
If I watch Jason Bourne movie, I'll watch Jason Bourne.
Not Jason Bourne. That one sucked.
Actually,
Yeah, watch
I'll
Bourne.
watch Bourne Identity.
Yeah, Identity or
Bourne Ultimatum.
or Ultimatum, not Supremacy, because that's got that awful fight where you can't see anything.
There's also Gemma Renner. Oh, that's
That's Bourne Legacy.
Legacy.
That was also bad. Most of the Bourne movies are bad now I think about it.
Yeah.
Watch 1 and 3. Judy also I haven't seen.
What is that?
It's about Judy Garland.
Oh.
About Judy Garland with Renee Zellweger. Looks great actually. And I'm happy to see no, I don't know if it's an indie film, but a smaller film like that on this list. That's really cool.
Can't wait to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Such good. Okay, so Abominable.
Uh,
I've not seen it. It looks good.
Abominable screams to me what DreamWorks do most years, where they've brought out 2 films, one of which everyone will care about and go see, and the other one, How to Train Your Dragon 3,
Alright.
which I did see and I loved, and then another one where they're like, I don't know, here's this, I guess. This isn't, I haven't seen it, and maybe it's great.
Money
But
Popper?
yeah, it feels less How to Train Your Dragon or Kung Fu Panda and more home.
How good is that? We're doing a Kung Fu Panda episode.
I wouldn't complain, I like those movies a lot.
I love Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu
Especially
Panda
the
3
first-
is solid.
Yeah, Kung Fu Panda 3 is also good. The Addams Family, another one, another kids film, didn't see. Kids films tend to make this list quite easily.
Yeah, because kids.
Again, it looked fine.
Yeah. Past Chloe Grace Moritz's Wednesday, I don't know who's in it.
No, yeah, passable, forgettable kids film that some people saw and probably liked. Good for them. Mary Queen of Scots looked awful though.
Yeah.
Nothing again, that's, I don't know, I haven't seen it.
No.
But I think it does show the difference between like that and Judy, which I want to see. Both films are like, here's a great actor doing a great performance,
Yeah.
but Judy also felt like, well, here's like a story you care about and we're going to present it in an interesting way. While this Mary Queen of Scots is, here's Margot Robbie and Saoirse Ronan doing their thing,
Yeah.
and that's the whole movie, which tends to bore me. But you know what film can't bore anyone? Alita Battle Angel. Number 30, Alita Battle Angel, one of the most insane movies of all time.
I have not seen it.
Okay, so what happened? I'm talking behind the scenes here. What happened was James Cameron watched an anime that he liked. Keep dropping that pen. Watched an anime that he liked. Wanted to make it into a feature film.
Yeah.
Couldn't because he's working on Avatar. Who does he get? Robert Rodriguez.
Of course, Robert Rodriguez.
And they CGI'd the actress to have massive anime eyes the whole movie.
Yes, I saw that.
And there's a fight with some. They're in like a rollerball thing,
rollerball.
and they. And
Christopher Waltz is in it.
it's insane.
This is from the guy that's seen it.
Yeah, this is me trying to do the plot. I don't know. A much simpler film, which is a much
It's
higher on
real
this
slow.
list. Kind of. Sorry. Yeah, Instant Family made the list.
That was good.
I like Instant Family. I hate Sean Anders as a director, and I think he does a terrible job with this movie. But also, he's fine. See, this movie amazed me because I liked it and went, this is pretty good. And then people tried to ask me why, and I just listed things I hate.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all about adoption, if you don't know, and it handles that situation really well
Yeah.
in a way I was not expecting from the team behind Daddy's Home.
Ugh.
You know, it's
I don't like that.
it's bad.
bad.
You know, like I wasn't expecting something this comprehensible and like understandable and genuinely kind of emotional. It shows that like it's a situation that can go wrong,
Yeah.
and that's not your fault necessarily if it does go wrong for you. And the performance from the girl in it, who also played Dora this year, I don't know her name.
Yep.
She's really good in this movie. Shout out to her. She doesn't need my help.
No, she doesn't.
I'm going to talk about one of my most controversial opinions of the year now.
Green Book?
Us.
Oh, Us. I missed Us.
Us, directed by Jordan Peele, is the follow-up to Get Out. If you know me at all, you know that horror is my favourite film genre, and Get Out has been one of my favourite films of this decade. It is remarkable. But Us makes no sense. It's shot perfectly. Peele is a wonderful director. Lupita Nyong'o is incredible in this film, as she is in every film. But the plot to Us is nonsense and garbage, and it pretends that it makes sense. It's this pretentious little... It made me
Oh, he's
mad.
getting angry.
I got angry at us. I gave it a 7 because it shot that well, but I'm still mad about the fact the plot makes no sense. And everyone in the world was like, "Oh, there's this great twist in it." The twist makes no sense. If you want like a scary film to watch with some like good gore and stuff, with a great performance from Lupita Nyong'o, watch Us. If you want a great horror film with some good scares that make sense and is directed by Jordan Peele, watch Get Out.
If you don't want a horror film, Get Out.
Okay, I guess more of a thriller to be fair. Well, he hits that guy with a deer.
With a deer?
He gets with a.
Okay.
Badly worth. Anyway, Green Book won Best Picture somehow.
I've not seen it. It looks good.
I love Viggo Mortensen in this, and I love Mahershala Ali in this. Peter Farrelly can go away.
And Mahershala Ali
You,
is playing Blade.
Yes, which I'm excited for. Again, yeah.
So sick.
Green Book's another film. Do watch it if you're if I know I have a few friends that are like really into acting and stuff, and they've come back to me and said Green Book's my movie of the year. Good for you. But Peter Farrelly is one of the worst directors of all time. He's a terrible writer. He's an awful person. He's a because if you don't know, Peter Farrelly is one of the Farrelly brothers who got famous off the back of There's Something About Mary and Dumb and Dumber, and went on to make some of the worst, most offensive, homophobic, racist, sexist films ever made, and now he's getting an Academy Award for being such a nice guy. Because he made a movie about how racism's wrong, and it rubbed me the wrong way. Then again, I'm also the kind of sucker that paid him for it and put it on this list. So
Actually, you're some of the 13 million.
yeah, I'm also one of the suckers that didn't see this next one, even though it's probably one of the better films of the year.
I'm going to talk about it. It is John Wick 3 Parabellum.
I am watching it very soon because it is on Netflix now.
You are watching it very soon, like literally within the next 2 days.
Quite possibly when I go home.
Good idea, because it's a great movie. John Wick 3. Do you know what? The only thing that I remember.
Okay.
You knew there was going to be a John Wick 3.
Yeah.
That is the
I'm
only
well
thing.
aware.
But I've got a story. We're going to see this in the cinema. So me, my dad, my brother, and Billy Hudson all went to see it. And then Billy went, "Hey, I'll book the tickets online." And we went, "Sweet." So we did it, and I was like, I'll pay my. I think my dad gave him the major amount of money, and then I paid my digging, and then. Pardon me, it wouldn't let Billy print the tickets when he got to the cinema. When we got to the cinema, it was the Odeon and Gal Shields, I believe it was. Not Gal, yeah, Gal Shields.
Yeah. I don't know what you mean.
No.
Is it Gal?
The Odeon Lux. That's not Gal Shields though. Wesley Hills. The Odeon
Thank
Lux
you.
in Wesley
Yes.
Hills. So yeah, we went to see it there, and so it wouldn't let him print the tickets. So we went up and went, "Hey, there's a problem. Like, it's not letting me print tickets." He booked them for the day that he booked them.
Oh, I've done
And we
that.
went to
I've
see
done
it,
that
like,
before.
We
Yeah.
went to see it like weeks after, and it was in the small room. If you've ever been to the Odeon Lux, it was in room 8. It was a really small one because John Wick for some reason is still a cult classic, and they're like, we don't need a big studio room to shoot in. So me and my brother walked out. We went to see. We picked 2 seats. We picked 4 seats, and then 2 people turned up. Like, we have to move. So me and my brother moved like really quite far to the back, and we crapped ourselves every time someone came near. My dad and Billy, unfortunately, could not see the movie, but they told us to stay, and they sat for like 3 hours. While me and my brother watched the movie, they sat and had coffee in the cinema. So I was just like, mate. So I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I really enjoyed the movie, and it's another one if you go see it.
And yeah, I'm also happy not seeing it. I'm very happy to see films like this with like a bit of intention behind them. You know, with some people, a great team behind it, make us on they care about. Great to see it show up on a list like this.
And plus it's Keanu Reeves.
And yeah, Keanu.
You don't need any
We're
other
in the
news.
Keanu sense.
Keanu Reeves.
Number 25, apparently Stan and Ollie, which really reiterates that we're on the British list of the most high schools and films of the year.
Oh, it really does.
Because only British people saw Stan and Ollie. I didn't. It looked good. I like Steve Coogan a lot. I like John C. Reilly. I like Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah.
It's on Knives Out though.
I wait then. Me went to see Sandra Ollie. He loves like Oliver Hardy. He says really.
It's probably really good. I did see Knives Out,
Oh.
number 24.
I've not seen it.
Knives Out is one of the best films this year.
Oh wow.
Knives Out is
Bold because I know what's number one.
yes.
So bold.
Knives Out is incredible. It's a murder mystery film,
Yeah.
which you don't see anymore.
No, this is
It's a big, high concept murder mystery film put out in theatres by Ryan Johnson, who, by all accounts, should be in director jail because he made The Last Jedi, which is a film I like, but is also the reason Rise of Skywalker sucked. So, so I've got mixed feelings on the man, but yeah, big ensemble cast with brilliant performances from Daniel Craig and Chris Evans as a douchebag, somehow really playing against type. Ana de Armas deserves an Oscar for this. It's watch my Star Wars review. Half of it's about Knives Out because I stopped talking about Star Wars.
I know Star Wars.
Knives Out is it's one of my favorite films of the year. I'm so glad it made money because it means interesting, weird little films like this are going to keep getting made.
Yeah.
Here's a movie that shouldn't have made as much money as it did.
Shut up. Don't start.
We have
It's a good movie.
varying opinions on Glass. Again,
Very, very.
I've said to you in real life, and I'll say it on the podcast now. I like Glass.
Yes.
I like the first act of Glass. I love the second act of Glass, and I hate the end of Glass.
But it's setting up.
Oh boy, it has a bad ending.
Yeah, but it's setting up.
For what? What do you gotta do now? Ooh.
Porcelain.
Think about it. It ends with it. Spoiler for Glass, by the way. It ends with this like, oh, we're gonna send this video out in the world, and then they won't know what to do because everyone with superpowers will be like, what have they seen? They've seen a man run like a dog, the guy bends the bar, and then another guy drowns in a puddle. Ooh, great.
That's the guy that bends the bar.
It's the same guy. Yeah. I love Unbreakable's one of my favorite films. Split's really good too.
So you
now,
see the trilogy first?
now I'm remembering why I hate M. Night Shyamalan. When I saw Glass, it was that even. It felt like I was the one that made the mistake, not him. When I left the cinema, because I went,
Yeah.
yeah, why? What was I thinking? Of course, he made it. He's awful. Do I talk about a good movie now?
Yeah, let's talk about a good movie. I like Glass.
Because it's
though.
time for Shazam.
I like Glass. Shazam. That was a good movie. I was late to the party with Shazam, but it's a good movie.
What a film.
Not great, because DC. But
It's a film that like with I said with Knives Out, it's a film you don't see anymore. You don't see murder mysteries, and you don't see fun, family-friendly, Christmas-themed like
yeah.
popcorn films anymore. And I don't think I've ever seen a fun, family-friendly, Christmassy popcorn film about a foster kid.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
weirdly, probably handles it even better than Instant Family did.
Yeah.
There's some really emotional moments in Shazam, there's some really fun moments in Shazam. Zachary Levi is hilarious in the whole movie.
That's right.
Not the best film of the year, but one of the ones I'd recommend to the most people.
Yeah.
Crowd
Yeah,
pleasing.
definitely. What's next? Yesterday.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far. I shouldn't sing on pod. 'Cause I can't sing.
Yesterday.
I didn't see it. It looks
No.
bad.
Maleficent.
I didn't see it. It looks bad.
Secret Life of Pets 2.
I did see it. It's bad.
You did see it. It's bad.
Secret Life of Pets. I'm gonna spoil a joke from my
Okay.
2019 retrospective. Okay. Do you have the DVD for Despicable Me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know how there's 3 short films on it about the Minions?
Yes.
Okay. Now imagine they just stitched those together and called it Despicable Me 4. That's what.
Oh.
It's 3 perfectly serviceable short films that should be on the Secret Life of Pets DVD, and it's a film. It's a feature film.
That's sick. Okay. The favourite.
I love the favorite.
What is it?
The favorite one. It didn't win Best Picture last year. In my head, it did, because it should have. Because Green Book won. The favorite is a film where Olivia Colman plays the Queen, and Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone are both trying to be her like favorite person.
Okay.
And it's a LGBT film. as well as being a dark comedy and being a period drama and everything else.
So Black Swan.
It's got a bit of Black Swan about it,
Okay.
but it's directed by the man that did The Lobster. If you remember The Lobster. Yeah, Rich, right, watch The Lobster. Insane.
Okay, I imagine so, yeah.
But yeah, the favourite, Olivia Colman won Best Actress at the Oscars for this film, which she so deserves. She's incredible, so are Emma Stone and Rachel Weisz. It's an uncomfortable set. I watched this in the cinema by myself, and the cinema was packed with pensioners who saw Olivia Colman in like a period dress and went, "Oh, this will be a nice film." And then they were treated to The Favourite. So that made it more fun for me watching them go, woo!
That would be funny, actually, yeah.
It was
that would probably
great.
be really funny. So, man to the next level.
I haven't seen it yet because I'm an idiot and I saw Star Wars instead.
No, you're smart.
Jumanji's probably better.
They gave up the. Okay, so the original. The Jumanji that came out a couple of years back.
Welcome to the Jungle.
They smashed the game with a bowling ball.
Yeah, I don't know what it's back. But to be fair, at the start of that
You
movie,
think you could
To
have
be
done.
fair-
You think you could have done DeVito.
kind I also say it's Danny DeVito in it, and I love Danny DeVito a lot. But at the start of Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, the game just magically becomes a video game. So
Oh, becomes a.
I think we've established
Yeah.
that this is a magic game.
Sure.
So I don't mind. And I don't know. I liked
22 million.
I liked that first, technically second, kinda third Jumanji. I like Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. Let's just use its full name
Where's the
instead.
second?
But
Who's the
also
third?
Zathura.
So Thor's not Jumanji.
Okay. Because it's based on the sequel book.
So Thor's Zathura.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I like Welcome to the Jungle. I like Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, not the one with The Rock and
I like.
and Stifler.
That's actually that's called the Rundown.
That's the
in
Rundown.
America.
Now, yeah, because of I noticed that on Netflix they changed it. But yeah, I like the other one. This one's probably pretty good too.
Oh wait.
Last Christmas is probably bad.
Probably. Are we just smoothing over?
Yeah, because the next one,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
if you've listened to this podcast already in the past few weeks, you'll know that we are big Quentin Tarantino fans,
Yes. And I do not enjoy this movie.
which is insane to me. But also showcases the differences, again, in our film,
Yeah.
in the way we love film, and in the way we love Tarantino, which is fair.
dragged. It dragged.
It's
for the
really,
first,
it's
like-
really long.
It's really long. Like, it feels like how long was it run to? Like 2.5 hours? 3 hours?
I think it approaches 3, yeah.
Right. It feels that. It feels like 2 hours and 45 minutes until the last like 15 20
But that's
minutes
it.
where it's great.
To me, when I was watching it, at first I was like, this feels like Tarantino coming to the end of his career going, I'm the best. They still let me build sets, which no one else gets to do.
Yep.
They let me use real cars and have like loads of extra stuff, and no one else gets to do this, so I'm going to show off. I'm going to have Brad Pitt just drive down a big set they built for me. Because they won't even let the Russo brothers do that anymore. They have to film on blue screen. And I
Yeah.
get this big set, I'm going to do that. And then I realised, no, he is doing like an aristocrat style joke where you drag a joke on for
Yeah.
really, really long to do the dumbest punchline.
Yeah.
And the punchline, so satisfying. Not for the faint of heart though,
No.
this film.
No.
It draws you into thinking it's the more restrained side of Tarantino, and
Yeah. It's
then
not.
it's really not. No spoilers.
So
But
there is cameos from actual famous people,
yes.
not cameos
From the time. Yeah,
name drop.
they have actors playing famous actors
Yeah.
from the era of the film set.
So it's like Roman Polanski,
Roman Polanski,
Sharon Tate,
Sharon Tate is played by Margot Robbie,
And then-
brilliantly in the film.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, Charles Manson has.
Before he was Charles Manson.
There's some ties to the Manson murders. You see Steve McQueen at one
Yeah,
point at a
Steve
party. Famously and controversially, Bruce Lee.
I didn't know
Yeah, I think it is one of the weaker points in the film. I don't think it's as quite as like offensive as people claim it is.
No,
Because
it's-
in my head, if Bruce Lee was a person that existed in the Tarantino world, and Bruce
He's an
Lee
asshole.
was as arrogant as he was in real life, he'd be this arrogant
Yeah,
in a Tarantino
exactly.
film. So I was okay with that.
So yeah, if you're a fan of Tarantino, watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but don't like
I,
all
I, I
Tarantino
really
films.
I really don't know where he's going next though. It's what fascinates me because this feels like this should
Passion
be.
of the Christ.
You could do anything now because this feels like this should be.
Starring Keanu Reeves.
It feels like that should be the last film though, right? Where it's like this is his classic Hollywood thing.
Yeah.
He's done his whole
Yeah.
changing history thing. All his favorite actors put
No
cameos in it.
Tarantino.
So maybe he will do that Star Trek that he's been threatening.
Oh.
He's been threatening us with for years.
Threatening.
Don't do Star Trek, Tarantino. That's
Don't
fine.
do Tarantino, if you're listening to this,
But you're
if
not.
listening to this, you're not. We love you. Don't do Star
Don't
Trek.
make a Star Trek. It's such
Don't
a
make
bad
the J.J.
idea.
Abrams mistake.
Well, he's the right choice because he makes dumb space movies.
J.J. Abrams, if you listen to this,
Stop.
screw you.
Stop making stuff. I'm mad at you.
Right, next is the Lego Movie 2.
I love Lego Movie 1.
I know Lego Movie 1.
I haven't seen Lego Movie 2.
No.
Probably good.
I'm not going to be able to talk about the next one after this.
I did see How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. It's not as good as the first two, but it is a decent conclusion.
2 is emotional.
2 is really good.
2 is emotional.
It is.
No, 1 was emotional.
Well, 3 gets emotional.
Wait,
Because it's.
Stoic.
When what?
Stoic.
That's 2. Yeah.
I thought 2 is no 1.
No, he dies in 2.
No, because 1 and
he gets.
2 he finds his mum.
Yeah.
No, but Stoic dies in the
Does he
end.
dies in the end of the first one? I haven't seen the first 2 in a while.
I don't see
Um,
do we really meet up and watch these movies?
I wouldn't mind doing How to Train Your Dragon
Yeah,
stuff. But yeah, it's the Hidden World is a perfect conclusion, I think, to this franchise.
There's a white toothless.
Yeah, you get to
Female
the
toothless.
Light Fury. Great joke. And there's some great stuff with that. And yeah, it perfectly wraps up Hiccup's arc and his life to Toothless, and yeah, it's. I know.
Yeah.
Check it out if you haven't. I'm surprised it is this high up the list because I do know it didn't do as well as it would have been expected to, given
Yeah.
how well the other two did. And I think that is just because some early critics panned it for not being as good as the other two. But I don't know. I feel like Toy Story 4 suffered from that a little as well, where it's like, yeah, it's not as good as the other ones because they're flawless movies.
Because that's all people will see though. All people will see is like they won't see. Oh, yeah, it was still a good movie. All they'll see is
It's not as good as, but that's so cool because you can say it about any film in the world and then go, well, it wasn't as good as Citizen Kane. But don't do that.
You can't compare it to
Mean.
that. You can't compare it to that.
But like, I still feel like
That's it.
even if it's a sequel, you can't compare something to like
That's like
How to
Blade
Train Your
Trinity.
Dragon.
Blade
Well,
Trinity is not as good as the first
Well,
Blade.
yeah, but yeah.
Still go and watch it. It's
Do
conclusion.
you know what we should talk about?
What?
Because it's on the list now. Hobbs and Shaw.
I like Hobbs and Shaw.
I didn't see Hobbs and Shaw.
And you should see Hobbs and Shaw.
I will. We've come a long way from stealing DVD players.
We have came along.
Because now
Even
Idris
though they're not
Elba
included.
has superpowers.
They're not included though.
It's true.
Yes. Not included. Roman Reigns is in it.
Now I want to see it.
Do you not know Roman Reigns was in
I
it?
didn't know Reigns was in
Yeah,
this.
he plays one of Hobbs' family.
I know Ryan Reynolds is in it, right?
Shaw's. Shut up. It's a good bit as well.
Oh, is that a spoiler?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him like on a poster or something at some point. Or like on probably on an Empire article or something. I didn't know that was not a thing people haven't seen.
It's when you're not, you don't expect, someone else comes in, you don't expect.
Oh, okay. We'll
You
keep
meet
that hidden.
Shaw's sister,
Yes.
and Helen Mirren makes a return as Shaw's mum, which I love.
I will watch it because
I thought you were going to say something about Helen Mirren.
no, there's nothing to say against Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren's a fantastic
Yeah.
actress.
And she can be in Hobbs and Shaw if she wants.
Playing Shaw's mum.
She's earned it.
Yeah.
She's earned some easy paychecks.
Red. Red was good. I love Red.
I did like that.
Um,
I haven't seen Mary Poppins Returns either.
really happy. Oh wait, that's a remake, isn't it? Yeah. My
Well,
mum saw it.
Oh,
She enjoyed it.
it looks good. It
She
looks
also
like they
enjoyed
put.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
It looks like they put effort into
Yeah.
Mary Poppins.
They
with
say
it.
it's-
They've cast it well, and they've
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke's involved, and it is one of those situations I just didn't get around to seeing it.
No,
Nothing against the film.
Yeah,
Rocket Man. I've sung a lot on this
That's not a
podcast.
lot on this one.
But to be fair, I'm talking about Elton John now. I forgot how much I like Elton John until I watched Rocket Man, and I've been listening to nothing else since
Oh god.
this whole year. But it's been Elton John, because I do. Well, no one told me this was a musical when I saw it. I didn't know it was a
It's a
musical.
biopic about his life.
Yeah, but I was thinking, and he'll like go on stage and play a song, but it's a musical.
Alright.
It's like it starts. He's in rehab.
Yeah.
And then he's like talking about his life, and then it just cuts to him as a kid singing "The Bitch Is Back," and I'm like, oh okay, this is how we're doing
If you
this.
don't know Taron Egerton can sing, go watch Sing.
Or maybe Rocket Man.
I like Sing!
Yeah, but why would you? He plays.
Or go watch any other Taron Egerton movie, because
He sings a lot
he's a
actually,
good actor.
and he's a good actor. He's good. He's Eggsy,
Exit, yeah, but he's also Eddie Eagle.
and Eddie's Eagle. Well, yeah, he was good in that as well. Yeah.
100%. Dumbo.
Dumbo
I'm
is
not, I'm not doing it.
Dumbo's bad.
Do not. That's it. That's all you get to say.
But Danny DeVito's in it.
Yeah, that's it though.
Those are my 2 points. This. Oh, hello. I broke the website. Yeah, this list has a noticeable.
Nothing.
There's something. I mean, we can just talk about it ourselves
We will talk about that.
after this.
Because that is the number one.
But that you make a great point. Why isn't that on? Because 100% made the most money.
Oh yeah, because it's now the highest grossing movie of all time. It beat Avatar.
It's fascinating.
I'm really not, because ever I said I know what's at number one.
The film at number one you hate.
Do you blame me?
This made any point I wanted to make about Downton Abbey feel insignificant. Downton Abbey
Sorry.
is at number 8. I'm not surprised because it's Downton Abbey. It's a successful franchise and it
Yeah.
came back. So Spider-Man: Far From Home. I like this
Someone
movie.
say,
I like this movie a lot. Jake Gyllenhaal is incredible.
If you know the comic, you know the movie.
Yeah, this movie is incredible to me because, if you've ever seen a comic book before, like if you've looked at one,
Yeah.
you know the twist going in, and it's still enjoyable to watch it happen. Like,
I've got it on DVD. I've got it literally sitting ready,
I highly recommend this film.
but then I've not watched Brightburn yet. Might have to be a case of watching Brightburn tomorrow.
Another
No,
film.
not tomorrow. Tomorrow in real life.
Or in real life, yeah. Because we film these in advance. We don't film them at all. We record these in advance.
We will be filming.
Aladdin is at number 6.
Ugh.
Neither of us saw Aladdin.
Do you know what? Actually, I heard Will Smith's version of Never Had a Friend Like Me.
Yeah. I thought it was fine. I mean, I like it because it's not Friend Like Me. It's
I'm not giving
it's
you
a
credit,
Will
that's fine.
it's a
You know
Will
that, right?
but like I like it because it's just a Will Smith song. No, it's not a Robin Williams song, and I'm like good. Anyway, Rise of Skywalker's at 5. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you know that I'm done talking about this movie forever.
Oh, he went in.
I don't ever want to think about it. 4 is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was fine.
It was Captain Marvel.
It
was telling you who Captain Marvel was before it came.
It's a flashback to what superhero movies used to be like.
That's true.
Not bad, just
you like
not
it because it tells
great.
you where the Avengers initiative comes from.
Yeah, because that always bugged me because they were called the Avengers. Because they were called the Avengers before they avenged anyone.
Yeah.
The plot to who they're avenging happens halfway through the movie The Avengers,
Yeah.
which really bugged me. So they've retconned that, and there's a cat in it.
Was it called Furlat or Furlat?
The
Furlat or something
yeah,
like that.
some of that. And the de-aging is, I think, the best of the years in Captain Marvel.
And plus the Pulp Fiction cameo
Yeah, there's
from the
Cup.
Skrull.
Yeah.
Skrull.
Also, maybe one of the better Stan Lee cameos. He's on a train reading the script to
Reading the
Mallrats.
script from Mallrats, yeah.
Very, very good callback. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in Captain Marvel. It's just, I think we've been spoiled by these movies, and that's why people hate Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Because it's coming at a time where Marvel are also making films like Spider-Man: Homecoming and Thor: Ragnarok and Infinity War,
Truth.
and Captain Marvel brings you back to the days of it takes you back to the days of Daredevil. It's better than that. It gets better than that, but that's
way better than
what it feels like.
Yeah.
Frozen 2, I didn't see, but I want to see because it looks pretty good, and I've loved every song I've heard off the soundtrack. I'm sure it's great.
Sure, it's great. Toy Story 4?
Toy Story 4 I loved.
I've not seen it.
Again, not as good as the other three Toy Stories, but the other three Toy Stories are three of the greatest animated films of all time. So, of course it's not. Just obviously.
Do I have to?
But watch Toy Story 4 if you didn't see it. And apparently, according to this list, The Lion King made the most money of 2019. I would not be surprised if it.
Really did.
I would really not be surprised if it was the second, because it made a boatload of money because Fraser saw it so much.
Fraser?
Yeah, because he loves Childish Gambino / Donald Glover. I don't know what I'm supposed to call him for this film because he does both things.
Yeah.
I didn't like this movie. I didn't like it at all. It was boring and bad. I hope it wins the visual effects Oscar and then we don't talk about it again.
Yep.
That's what I hope happens.
So
you may noticed earlier
actual...
we had a problem because we scrolled up a bit and saw The Lion King at number 1 and went, wait a minute.
That's not right. The actual number 1, which actually beat out Avatar.
Yeah,
and I'll give you
number
numbers.
number 1 in the world.
I will actually give you a number. Now, give it to you here. The Lion King, according to this, made $93 million US.
Well,
Avengers Endgame.
That's UK though.
That's UK.
I'll get the stall for me.
Okay. So the actual Avengers Endgame beat out Titanic as the highest grossing movie
Okay.
of all time, and Titanic's been out since 1994.
Then Avatar.
Oh, sorry, Avatar beat it. Avatar's been out for like a good solid decade,
Yeah.
and this beat it in like a few months. So I've got it here. Lion King made $1.657 billion US.
Which is insanely impressive.
Insanely impressive. Well, guess what? Avengers Endgame made $2.798 billion US in the box office on a budget of $356 million.
Yeah.
They maximized.
I wouldn't be too surprised though, because obviously the budget doesn't include marketing costs, and Endgame was everywhere. So they didn't have. I don't think they've got quite the profit they're pretending to have, but
Now,
yeah, that's a lot of money.
let's talk about Endgame. So me, Nathan, Joel, Josh, and Jack.
Mhm.
Does Simeon come?
Simeon couldn't make it.
Simeon couldn't make it. All went to see this midnight release.
We didn't did.
First day came out, solid choice. I'm going to do it a lot. I walked out of the movie. I'd just seen the greatest movie of all of 2019. The rest of them walked out going, it was alright. Did you just go see the new Aladdin? Seriously?
I've warmed to Endgame since it first came out, and I loved it at the time. I just had issues.
Right.
I still cried.
I
think Endgame is as good as Endgame can be.
Yes.
Which is flawed. But flaws that are understandable through a movie that's trying to round out 18,000 storylines that took place over 11 years.
Yeah.
That just, it makes sense that it would have a tone problem and a pacing issue. Because of course it does. And it's got a terrible haircut on Jeremy Renner. And yes, I'm paying enough to consider that a criticism. Yes.
Ronan has that haircut.
He does, and I still hate it.
So
I hated it then, and I hate it now.
You lips and bitching about hair.
Hawkeye's whole look is very bothers me. That's not the reason I docked points off. Endgame is one of the best films of the year. It's one of the most important films of all time. I just had some small criticisms.
Small?
There's a thing on the table.
Perfect. I thought it looks wet. I was like, is that wet?
So yeah, that should have been that something went wrong, and this is why we should do research.
Yeah. Oh my god, Frozen made 1.27.
Yeah, Frozen made a lot of money. That's Frozen 1, by the way.
Frozen
It
1.
show up on this
Toy Story 4
screen.
made 1.7.
This really proves we should do research, right? Because we're like, ooh,
Yeah.
what's this?
Whose fault's
To be
that?
fair, that is my job. I just didn't
That
research.
is your job.
I didn't research this at all
Why
because I left to sit there and sound pretty.
Sound pretty.
I was gonna say look pretty, but it's an audio podcast.
For now, it's an audio podcast. We have talked for nearly an hour.
Yep. So those were the 51 highest grossing films in the UK.
Yeah, click on like. This is Nathan's laptop.
Yeah, I let Ty do some tech stuff there by closing out the tab. Yeah, once again, thank you for listening to the What Now podcast. Follow us on Instagram at What Now Pod, the account run by our good friend Stephen Gaynor.
That sounds really bad.
We love you really, Stephen.
We do love you, Stephen.
Make sure you follow me at Nathan Needs Username and Ty at Ty Hennessy 94. Yeah, thanks for listening once again, and this is the bit where I don't know how to end things, and I'm gonna keep stalling, and
We'll see you next week.
I'm trapped again. Help. Podcast. Welcome back to. I said, I'm just gonna keep recording. I'm gonna get.
I'm loving it.
I'm gonna get out of this moment. I'm just gonna start again.
You said it out.
And podcast. Welcome back. I said it right, and it is back because it's episode 2.
Yeah. You need to edit out like the first 30 seconds of this audio.
Yeah, note to self.
Would you
Use
like
none
to
of
use a
this.
podcast?
You can if you. Yeah, that might work.
Should we start again?
Probably worth half a minute in.